How are we all doing, guys? This is Kids from Greenbox Gaming here, and welcome back to this We're Gonna Win the League FIFA 13 Manager Mode series. As you can see here, the Barclays Premier League table after our first month of fixtures, and we are in 11th place. There are 3 games gone and we are on 4 points, so we are about where I expected us to be, but also we've just had transfer deadline day and we've strengthened our squad by 2 players, so we can put some of those players into practice going into September. You can see the calendar here. We've got 4 games this month, 3 games in the Barclays Premier League, Manchester United, Fulham and Sunderland, and also 1 Capital One Cup tie against Millwall. So going into our first game against Manchester United, it was the opportunity maybe for some of our deadline day signings to make their debut, and Michael Ligete was going to be making his debut at right midfield, but you know, you can't deny the quality of the Man United team there. They haven't really added to it over the transfer period. However, they're still a strong side on their own. I was never really expecting to get a lot from this game, you know, going to Old Trafford facing one of the biggest teams in the division. It was never going to be an easy game. You know, I was playing defensively, trying to maybe catch a lucky break, and I think we did here. A deflection from Beausejour and a pass back through from Kone. Beausejour released himself down the left hand side and a great shot into the top corner. Lindegaard was beaten. 19 minutes gone, we were in dreamland. 1-0 up against Manchester United at Old Trafford. It was a great scoreline for the team, especially so early on into the game, and it was one of those cases, you know, I have to admit I did park the bus from here. You know, it was going to be one of those games where I had to park the bus. You know, for the next 25 minutes of that half, we just had to defend. You know, if we caught another lucky break to go forward and attack, we would, but otherwise we weren't going to be looking to attack too much. Man United tried to get themselves back in the game here. A couple of good shots from Wayne Rooney deflected, and Ali Al-Abzi always capable to be saving that if it was on target. Luckily it wasn't. Rooney went through again, another reflex save from Al-Habsi there. You know, I must say this episode is going to be mainly based around Ali Al-Habsi because he has made some great saves for us during the career mode, and I don't think we'd be in the position we are without him now. You can see here Mansour Al-Harbi getting his debut against Man United as well. Got to throw him in at the deep end just to try and get him used to the football he's going to be playing this year. And again, another save from Al-Habsi there, really showing the importance he has got in this team. But yeah, that's it for our first game. So we have beaten Manchester United at Old Trafford, an absolutely sensational result for the team. You know, something I never thought we probably would be able to get. You know, I was always expecting, you know, maybe we could get good results against the other teams in the league, but you know, maybe forget about the top 4, maybe forget about those games. But we were very lucky, I must say, to come away with the 1-0 scoreline there. But as I said, parking the bus was going to be our only choice. So our second game here, we do come up against Millwall in the Capital One Cup, and I did rest most of the first team. Only gave a couple of first team players the starting position, but it was squad rotation again, similar to our first Capital One Cup game against Blackpool. And again, I must say, in this game we were very, very lucky. You know, Millwall were pressing us, and I think that just showed that maybe our squad rotation isn't as strong as we were hoping for. But Jordi Gomez giving us the lead after 15 minutes, giving us that 1-0 scoreline again early on in the game. And I wasn't wanting to tire the players out too much. It was only the Capital One Cup, so I was just going to be sitting back and defending, soaking up the pressure during this game. But Millwall certainly attacked very well. You know, for a Championship side, they were very good going forward, had plenty of opportunities. However, I think that quality, they just didn't have that final finesse, and they just couldn't get the ball on target, and they couldn't be beating Al-Habsi as well. As I said, Al-Habsi has been an absolute star for us, and he has been one of the reasons why we are in the position we are now, and he has kept us in a lot of the games we've been playing. So 1-0 at half-time against Millwall, and I must say we are lucky to have our 1-0 lead because Millwall have been attacking well, and we've been defending well also, but they could have had a couple of goals here or there. They go through yet again here, but again Al-Habsi with another excellent save, and he's definitely been keeping us in our games so far. Many point-blank opportunities as well Millwall have been having. You'd think with the amount of opportunities they had, they could have got a score, however they couldn't. So 1-0 in our second game against Millwall there in the Capital One Cup, progressing us through to the next round. You can see by the stats, absolute domination from Millwall on possession and shots as well, but we just had that one on target, which was lucky to to go in. So moving into our next game, back into the Premier League at home at the DW Stadium against Fulham, who have only really added a couple of names to their team, mainly Wellington Nem, who I know on Ultimate Team and other games he is an absolute fantastic player, but whether he'd be very good in career mode or not, I wasn't quite sure. But very early on in the game, only 7 or 8 minutes in, Fulham are going through, and a bit of a clumsy challenge from Gary Caldwell gives Fulham a penalty, and it was a very clumsy challenge. We really shouldn't have been conceding that early on, but Dimitar Berbatov steps up, and this time Ali Al-Abzi does save it, and it's onto the bar, but he does save the rebound as well, which is absolutely fantastic for the team. You know, as I said, Ali Al-Abzi has been an absolute star for us. However, he made a great error there, which was absolutely horrible for the team. You know, defensive error once again costing us. Dimitar Berbatov taking the volley there, which was very easy for him. So going into half-time, we were 1-0 down. Fulham did look good value for their lead. We didn't really press that well. We didn't really wake up early on. As I said, the penalty early on, and also a bit of a defensive error. I do have to slightly blame Al-Habsi. However, some of the form he's been in, I can't blame him at all, because he's been an absolutely excellent player for us. Kone goes through here, off the post and in. A fantastic shot from Aruna Kone. This was our only real attack of the game. You know, as I said, we weren't playing too well, but we managed to go through with Kone. A lovely bit of skill on the ball, beating the defender for pace, and an excellent strike from the edge of the box off the post. After the goal, we did really wake up. We were trying to push for a second goal. Beauchajor playing in a crosshair for Kone, and off the post, we nearly had a second goal in this game, but we just couldn't force we couldn't breach the Fulham goal once again. So 1-1, a draw against Fulham. A goal from Dimitar Berbatov and Aruna Kone replying for us after 57 minutes. You know, we had a couple of shots, but obviously Fulham have had more. We were dominating on possession. Our shots were on target as well, but we just couldn't push. We couldn't get another goal to the one we already had. So again, we have this recurring problem with James McCarthy, always telling us about his unsettlement at the club because we can't offer him that new contract. And it was a slight worry, you know, maybe I had to start thinking about life without James McCarthy in the January transfer window. But that wasn't bothering me too much, as I had another game to focus on here against Sunderland. So Sunderland, similar mid-table opposition to us. We were really trying to just get a result here. We woke up very early on. Aruna Kone off the post, and a rebound off Mignolet out for a throw-in. You know, we were looking really good value at the start of the game. We woke up well and we started brightly, but Sunderland went through just before half-time, and another error from Al-Habsi. You know, at the start of the episode he was the star of the show, but towards the end he sort of deteriorated, and James McLean managed to get Sunderland the advantage just before half-time. So 1-0 going into half-time. As I said, we looked really good value at the start of the game, but towards the end of the half we just sort of slipped, you know, put our foot off the gas. Maybe just wanted to take the lead into half-time, but we just didn't really get a lot of luck. And Andrew Johnson goes through here early on in the second half, off the post and across the face, a goal. You'd think some of the luck been going on in this game is just it's amazing, but you know, we did get our fair share of luck there with that goal. Maloney battling the defender well there, and back of the net from Sean Maloney in the bottom corner. 75 minutes gone. A really good reaction shot there from Maloney, and into the back of the net. So 1-0 in our final game of the episode against Sunderland. One goal for James McLean and another goal for Sean Maloney, giving a share of the points for both sides. And as you can see there from the possession, it was a pretty even game in terms of shots on target and possession. So you know, that was the final game of this episode now. So we've taken 2 draws and 2 wins. You know, first month or second month of the season, and no losses. We can definitely take some positives from that. So we were looking very good value towards the start of the season. That is it for this episode, guys. Please drop a like if you've stayed to watch, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.